friends. Every day we communicate with so many people using so many types of sentences. But do you know that every sentence is made up of two important parts? That is subject and predicate. Every complete sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. Let us learn more about it today. Let us understand now with the help of this example. The busy bee flew around the flowers. So here, what is the sentence about? The busy bee. So the busy bee is the subject here. So what is the subject? A subject is a word that tells who or what the sentence is about. The subject is a noun or a pronoun. Now let us understand the predicate. So tell, what did the busy bee do? It flew around the flowers. So here the predicate is flew around the flowers. So predicate tells something about the subject. Predicate tells what the subject is, does or has. And very important, you should remember, the predicate has a verb. Always a predicate starts with a verb. Keep this in mind. Now have a look at this next example. The horse ran in the field. So now here, who or what is the sentence about? It is about the horse. So what is the subject here? Yes, you've guessed it right. It's the horse. So now here you observe carefully. The doer of the action, running, is the horse. So the subject here is the doer of the action. Now the subject, it has a noun or a pronoun. So here horse is a noun, right? Now let's see the predicate part. Ran in the field. So what about this part you can see? Yes, what the subject does or is, running, right? So it tells us about what the subject is doing. The subject is running in the field, right? So here the predicate is ran in the field. So the predicate has the action itself. It has a verb. Ran is the verb in this sentence. I hope you have understood this example well. Now let's understand this example. The nurse looked after the patient. So here, if you ask, who looked after the patient? The nurse. So the doer of the action is the nurse. So the nurse is the subject here. So if you ask who to the verb, you will get the subject. Also, you can ask what to the verb and get the subject of the sentence. For example, if I say the door is open, what is open? The door. So the door is the subject here. I'm sure you must have understood with this. Like if you ask who to the verb or what to the verb, you get the subject as the answer. Now let us understand few more examples of subject and predicate with the help of these sentences. Keep in mind, subject, it tells whom or what the sentence is about, and predicate what the subject does or is. Okay, look at this first example. The king was very happy. So the sentence is about the king. So the king is the subject and was very happy is the predicate. Let's have a look at the second example here. All the animals in the jungle were afraid of the lion. So who were afraid of the lion? All the animals in the jungle. So all the animals in the jungle is the subject. Were afraid of the lion is the predicate. Now let's have a look at the third one. New Delhi is the capital of India. So here you will ask what? What to the verb? What is the capital of India? New Delhi. So here the subject is New Delhi is the capital of India is the predicate. Look at this fourth one. John opened the umbrella. Who opened the umbrella? John. So here John is the subject. Opened the umbrella will be the predicate. And if you have to identify the predicate, you can ask, what did John do? Open the umbrella. Yes, so you get the answer, open the umbrella as the predicate. Now let's have a look at the last one. Namrata and Madhu have decided to learn yoga. Who have decided to learn yoga? Namrata and Madhu. So Namrata and Madhu is a subject. Have decided to learn yoga is the predicate. So observe in the predicate, each sentence, it is starting with a verb. I'm sure now your confusion about identifying subject and predicate is out, right? Now in the previous examples, you have seen that the subject comes in the beginning of the sentence. But do you know that the subject can come after the predicate too? Now have a look at this example. On the table lay all the books. So here the verb is lay, right? So what lay on the table? Yes, you guessed the answer right. All the books. So all the books here is the subject. So you can see here the subject is coming at the end of the sentence. On the table lay, that part is the predicate. So keep in mind the subject can come after the predicate. Now let's have a look at the next example. High up went the red balloon. So what went high up? Yes, the red balloon. So the red balloon is the subject. High up went will be the predicate. I hope you have understood this well. Now next important thing that we should know, that subject changes place when we make a question. So the position of the subject changes when we write in the interrogative form. Look at this example. She is Emily's friend. This is the statement form, right? As we had learned in the previous video. So this is the statement form. Now when I put it as a question, I'll write it as, is she Emily's friend? So now here the subject she is the second word in this sentence. But if you see in the statement form, she is Emily's friend, she is the subject there, right? But in the question you have seen that the subject has changed its place, right? It's after the verb. Now have a look at the second one. Rahul likes his new shoes. So here in this statement, which is the subject? Yes, you've guessed it right. Rahul. Now look at the interrogative form. Does Rahul like his new shoes? So here you can see does is the verb, and after the verb the subject is placed. So remember, subject changes place when we make a question. You should keep in mind that in interrogative sentences, the subject follows the auxiliary verb. What is an auxiliary verb? It is a helping verb. Before I proceed with this, let me give you another example. She is helping my mother. So here, what is the verb? Is helping. So here if you see, there are two verbs, is and helping. Helping is the main verb and is the auxiliary verb. Auxiliary or helping verb. Okay. So now let us understand in these interrogative sentences how the subject is placed when you have an auxiliary verb. Look at this example. When do you get off work? So here, do get is the verb. Do is the helping verb. Get is the main verb. So when do you get off work? So here the subject is placed after the helping verb. So here you is the subject. I hope you are understanding that in interrogative sentences the subject is placed after the helping verb. Now have a look at this next example. Does Rohan want another book? So here does want. These are the verbs. Want, it is the main verb. Does is the helping verb. And Rohan is the subject. So the subject Rohan, it is placed after the helping verb. Now have a look at the next example here. What is the mother cooking for dinner? So here the verb is cooking, right? And the subject is the mother. So the subject, the mother, is placed after the helping verb is. I'm sure you have understood this, that the subject is placed after the auxiliary verb. Now let us learn about implied subjects. I'm sure you all recall we have learnt about imperative sentences in the previous video. If not, do watch that. Okay? So in imperative sentences like commands or requests, the subject looks like missing. It is usually not stated in the sentence. It's not written, but still it's there. It is what we call an implied subject. Here, you is the understood subject. You is always the subject in an imperative sentence. Now look at this example. Open your mouth. Whom am I telling this to? You, right? It means you open the mouth. But do we need to write that? You open the mouth? No. When I just say open the mouth, you is understood. So it is missing. So you is the implied subject here. It is understood. Okay. So the subject in this sentence, open your mouth, it's you. Right? Now look at this second example, which is a request. Pick up the book, please. Whom am I telling this to? You. You pick up the book, please. Right? So here also the subject you is understood. Now it's your turn to answer. Get set, go. In this exercise, circle the subjects. You can take a pause and write down the answers. Now, in this next exercise, you have to circle the predicates. Again, pause your video and write the answers. The answers to all these questions are in the description box. Do refer to it. And if you find this video helpful, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.